groundnut oil, which is very, very surprising. So it beats me. Cotton oil from Andhra Pradesh is actually moving to Gujarat to be refined and marketed. And whereas it must be incurring freight, incurring other kind of expenditures, but in this state, it is not successful in Andhra, but successful in Gujarat. All four of you can answer. To start with, Priyam.
Very interesting question. I think it is not upon the category or the oil. I think it is about the people and the industry who needs to take the lead. I don't think cottonseed or any category in India or in anywhere else in the world has been picked up automatically. There are players who come in, who put in that effort and who put in the time, energy, money into marketing and spreading awareness of the product. And once that is done, then the category is uplifted. Be it anywhere in the world, I think the similar stages we see even in India, that a lot of categories have been marketed only in a specific region and then rest of the country does not know about it. Like Paresh Bhai also said, that most of the people are still asking is cotton seed and edible oil. And I face this question the highest because everywhere we go, we said we are one of the India's largest manufacturers of cotton seed. So, अच्छा क्या करते हो ये oil का? Like we pack it and we sell it, and they're like, "Acha, people eat it." Like entire Gujarat eats it. 80% of Gujarat's consumption is cotton seed oil. So everyone is surprised. So I think there is a need for awareness of cotton as an edible oil that needs to be done. And I think the entire industry does understand these shortcomings. But I think everyone needs to take a lead in their own region. I think we have Andhra people, everyone who's here, and all the people I've met, they're all entrepreneurial, they're all with a lot of Josh. And I think if the right amount of energy is put in it, I think we will not need to get all that oil into Gujarat, and we will be able to sell and market cottonseed oil in Andhra and across various parts of the country.
I was told that way back in 1971 when Idi Amin had removed a lot of Gujaratis out from Africa, they all came back to India, and in Africa they were consuming cottonseed oil. And that is how they first evolved the taste of cottonseed oil in Gujarat. Way back in 1971 I'm talking of. After that, the groundnut episode, when a lot of hue and cry on adulteration of groundnut. Gujaratis love fried food, and that is the inherent part of the daily diet. Whether rich, poor, doesn't matter, urban, rural. So they wanted a neutral oil, and I think apart from groundnut, refined groundnut oil, cottonseed oil is far more neutral, balanced, and leaves food fresh for a longer time. And that was very natural to accept. See, soya bean hasn't done well in Gujarat for that typical fishy odor that people used to say. Although the oil has changed, but still that stigma remains for the oil. Whatever we have done in Gujarat for soybean oil, it doesn't work. Similarly, sunflower off late has picked up for the modern young housewives adopting to health. But cotton gives them a very great stability in the food, and the quality of the food that Gujaratis love, cottonseed oil is the best bet today. Why it has not done well outside, as Priyam says, that some of it depends on the local entrepreneurs who take a bet on long-term bet on building the category. And if you are confident on building the category, you can build it. Parts of Maharashtra, undivided Andhra Pradesh, and parts of Punjab and Haryana has always been a cotton growing area, and historically cottonseed oil was available. But in none of the markets I have seen consumer pack doing anything well. Bulk pack do well because institutions still buy, frying people still buy. Going forward, even if in a district, if somebody moves and creates a category, one district is good enough to give good volume in India, because each of the districts have good population, and there are examples where we have seen local brands in one area of the country doing extremely well.
And the other thing which I have seen in Andhra is the locally produced oil doesn't have a market here. Like for example, cotton and the other oil which is probably suffering here is rice bran oil. Rice bran oil is also a hell of a lot of that is produced here in Andhra, but you don't have rice bran oil actually getting marketed. Unlike in Chhattisgarh, where rice bran again has become the major oil in that region and it is being marketed in both consumer packs as well as in bulk packs. So something is missing somewhere. Maybe I don't see that the entrepreneurial spirit lacks in Andhra, but something else may be the reason. विमल भाई आपका क्या कहना है?
जैसे आपने कहा, all of us have highlighted the fact that it is a long journey. So all of us started in 1990s, if I'm not wrong. It has been 30 to 35 long years that we have gradually educated the customers. We have given them sustainable supply chains, and the supply quality and consistency has also played a good factor. As Anshuji said, people wanted a neutral oil. It is consistent and it keeps the shelf life good. However, if we talk about Andhra Pradesh, the segment of the category needs to be developed, and the local refiners should take this step up and see a long-term future, like 10, 20 years from now, because it's going to take a lot of time to create a brand. It doesn't just happen overnight. Another thing is it takes, the economics should work right, first of all. If people are investing, it should pay off. But if we look at the story of Gujarat, we have our big Kandla port sitting right next to us, and we have a lot of imported oils coming in. But all of us have successfully defended our state of Gujarat, and we have kept our indigenous oils, this groundnut and cottonseed oil, the most favorable and the most consumed oils in Gujarat. So that can also be a long possible story for Andhra Pradesh as well. Once somebody has to take a step forward, 2 or 3 major refiners here, if they collectively grow and maybe go to the government, ask for some subsidy, maybe educate the customers, I think that can happen.
No, I agree. Educating the consumer in this part of the world is very, very important. That, in fact, we are talking in terms of rice bran oil being one of the best oils available in the world, and cotton oil also a close second, but still not the number one oils here. मुकेश भाई आपका क्या कहना है?
मुझे लग रहा है कि हमें कॉटन सीड ऑयल क्यों फेमस हुआ गुजरात में, उसकी स्टोरी हम जहाँ देखें तो पहले तो गुजरात में ग्राउंडनट ऑयल ही काफ़ी फेमस है, अभी भी है लोगों को, जो हमारे गुजराती लोग काफ़ी मीठा खाना पसंद करते हैं, तो ये हमारा ग्राउंडनट ऑयल वो मीठा तेल से जाना जाता है. इट्स वेरी स्वीट इन टेस्ट एंड ऑर्डर एंड एवरीथिंग. तो पहले जब ग्राउंडनट का गुजरात में काफ़ी ड्राउट वगैरह, अकाल वगैरह होता करता था, तो ग्राउंडनट ऑयल की अवेलेबल नहीं थी, तो और कोई ऑयल नहीं था हमारे गुजरात में. फिर शुरू हुआ कॉटन सीड ऑयल की स्टोरी आई, जो मारुति, जब पहले नीलेश भाई और सब मारुति में उन्होंने कॉटन सीड ऑयल लॉन्च किया. उस टाइम तो कॉटन सीड ऑयल की कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं थी. जैसे वॉश कॉटन सीड ऑयल लोग ऐसे ही या तो वनस्पति वाले ले जाते थे या तो सौंफ चला जाता था. तो उस टाइम जैसे ग्राउंडनट ऑयल की शॉर्टेज थी और कॉटन सीड ऑयल की शुरुआत हुई खाने के लिए, मारुति ने काफ़ी मेहनत की. कॉटन सीड ऑयल की ब्रांडिंग में मारुति ने काफ़ी मेहनत की, और फिर बाद में तिरुपति वालों ने की, इनके प्रोटीन्स वालों ने. तो गुजरात को एक अच्छे तेल की ज़रूरत थी. तो क्या हुआ कि कॉटन सीड ऑयल और ग्राउंडनट ऑयल काफ़ी मिलता जुलता है टेस्ट में, उसकी शेल्फ लाइफ बहुत बढ़िया है, और हम लोग पूरे नमकीन के बहुत शौकीन है. रोज़ सुबह में हमें फाफड़ा तो चाहिए ही, सुबह रोज़ 50 ग्राम फाफड़ा के बिना हमारी शुरुआत नहीं होती. सौराष्ट्र के रीजन में, गुजरात में लोग काफ़ी नमकीन हम यूज़ करते हैं, घर में बनाते हैं. अभी तो हम बाहर का नमकीन काफ़ी यूज़ करते हैं पूरे गुजरात में हर जगह पे. पहले हमारे घर में सब नमकीन वगैरह सब घर में ही बनता था. हम बाहर से तेल लाते, अच्छा वाला तेल लेते थे. घर में हमारे जो लेडीज़ है वो कोई भी अच्छा नमकीन बना के रखते थे और यूज़ करते. फाफड़ा है, थेपला वगैरह सब हमारे बनता रहता था. कॉटन सीड ऑयल काफ़ी मिलता जुलता था और गुजराती लोगों ने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया। ग्राउंडनट ऑयल की अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं थी और एक मास ऑयल बन गया। अभी जो कॉटन सीड, मुझे लग रहा है अभी भी 50% जो कंज्यूमर्स हैं एडिबल ऑयल के, उनको मालूम नहीं कि तिरुपति में कौन सा ऑयल आता है। वो लोग बोलते हैं कि हमें तिरुपति दीजिए, लोगों को मालूम नहीं है कि ये कॉटन सीड ऑयल है। तो ये मार्केटिंग किया है। देखिए स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम मारुति, जो मुझे लग रहा है भरत भाई पटेल ने शुरुआत की, सब तभी भी नीलेश भाई और निमेश भाई, मुझे लग रहा है सब हम लोग सब स्कूटर में घुमा करते थे और मैं खुद गया हूँ स्कूटर में ब्रांडिंग और मार्केटिंग करने के लिए सब कपासिया तेल की और हमारे ब्रांड की भी। तो ये सब काफ़ी मेहनत का काम है। जैसे हम तुरंत नहीं हो जाता है कुछ, तो काफ़ी सबसे अच्छी बात है कि भाई ये कॉटन सीड ऑयल बहुत अच्छा तेल तो है, शेल्फ लाइफ अच्छी है। उनका बना हुआ जो नमकीन है वो बहुत लॉन्ग लाइफ तक फ्रेश रहता है। जैसे दूसरे कोई तेलों में इतना अच्छा नमकीन नहीं बनता है, शायद सोयाबीन में अच्छा नहीं बन सकता है, सनफ्लावर में भी नहीं। सनफ्लावर लाइट ऑयल जरूर है, तो हम ताज़ा ताज़ा कुछ खाते हैं तो हमारे जैसे वो बोलते हैं कि भाई सनफ्लावर की बनी हुई पूड़ी है तो हम एक आधा ज़्यादा खा सकते हैं, लेकिन कॉटन सीड ऑयल नमकीन के लिए बेस्ट है। इंस्टीट्यूशंस वाले भी सब ले जाते, जैसे टैक्स वाले ने बोला कि हल्दीराम भी अभी यूज़ कर रहे हैं कॉटन सीड ऑयल। तो ये एक जैसे एक जगह मिल गई कॉटन सीड ऑयल को गुजरात में, ग्राउंडनट ऑयल नहीं था तब, तो एक है। और मुझे लग रहा है इन एवरी स्टेट ऑल द ब्रांड और रिफाइनर्स और पैकर शुड डू द हार्ड वर्क एंड रियल मार्केटिंग एंड ब्रांडिंग शुड बी डन, अवेयरनेस शुड बी डन, वी शुड एजुकेट। बट nowadays at that time, you know, we don't have much choice of the oils. तो उस टाइम में हमारे पास सिंग तेल के बाद कॉटन सीड ऑयल आ गया, तो हमारा काम हो गया कि चलो आजकल हमारे पास काफ़ी नंबर ऑफ ऑयल्स अवेलेबल हो गए, जैसे सनफ्लावर ऑयल है। गुजरात में भी हमारे यहाँ थोड़ा रिफाइंड कॉर्न ऑयल भी चलता है। तो जहाँ भी कहीं ना कहीं महाराष्ट्र में लोग थोड़ा बहुत कंजम्पशन है कॉटन सीड ऑयल के कंज्यूमर के पार्ट में। तो हम
क्योंकि इन्होंने बराबर बताया, महाराष्ट्र में 1980 में हम लोगों ने कॉटन ऑयल की रिफाइनरी लगाई थी, एंड दैट वाज द फर्स्ट रिफाइनरी इन महाराष्ट्र, बट वी वर सेलिंग इन बल्क। एंड भरत भाई, निमेश भाई, नीलेश भाई, all three of them came to me in 1981. 3 hours they were sitting with me. I explained to them what we are doing in cotton oil. In 1982 or 83 you put up the refinery there. But as rightly said, हम लोग बल्क में बेचते थे, मैक्सिमम 15 kg टिन में बेचते थे। लेकिन कंज्यूमर अवेयरनेस और मार्केटिंग का काम जो गुजरात में किया है, और नीलेश भाई ने किया है, और अभी सब विमल गुलाब सब ने किया है, इट इज़ अमेजिंग। एंड दैट इज़ अ कैटेगरी क्रिएट इन लोगों ने की है। बल्क में हम लोगों ने शुरू किया, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र में आज भी कॉटन ऑयल रिफाइंड इज वेरी वेरी पॉपुलर एंड इट इज़ वेरी गुड यूज फॉर द मेनली फ्राइंग एंड डीप फ्राइंग। बट मलिक साहब ने जैसे बोला कि छोटा कंज्यूमर पैक आपको कॉटन ऑयल का बहुत कम मिलेगा, आपको 15 टिन मिलेगा, जार मिलेगा, लेकिन छोटा कंज्यूमर, बिकॉज महाराष्ट्र में भी लीड लेके किसी एंटरप्रेन्योर ने they have not started, you know. Some, as you rightly said, one entrepreneur or 2 or 3 entrepreneurs, like sunflower oil in Andhra Pradesh, in Kakinada and Krishnapatnam. There are best of the best entrepreneurs, like Freedom brand of Gemini is there, Adani Wilmar Fortune is there, and Gold of Loya is there, Kalishwari Gold Drop is there, Gold Winner is there. So all these people, 4 or 5 major entrepreneurs have worked so hard to create that sunflower oil category in India, and these 5 top India 5 are consuming more than 1 lakh tons per month of sunflower oil. So I think 4 or 5 main entrepreneurs are needed to commit themselves, put a lot of money in advertising, consumer awareness, create good quality, good packaging, and then the category builds up. I think that's what it is.
So the moral of the story is Andhra entrepreneurs rise and make cotton oil and rice bran oil a solid brand in this part of the world. I think this is an opportunity waiting to be exploited.
The Gemini Edible, who is doing the sunflower, is also started getting into cotton oil and rice bran oil now. So they are also starting putting up the effort on this line now.
I think the writing on the wall is very, very clear. Now, yesterday I was attending the AGM of ICOSCA, and looking at the crop numbers in the last 3-4 years actually sent jitters down my spine. The production of cotton is coming down and coming down very, very aggressively. In fact, area under cotton is coming down. So my question to the panelist here is, how are you going to be sourcing cotton oil down the road 3 to 5 years from now if the cotton situation remains what it is or continues to keep deteriorating? Are you all looking at the option of importing cotton oil? Because there is a lobby which says cotton oil should not be imported. I was listening to that yesterday. So how do you propose to have your supply chain intact?
So what I feel is the way the cotton crop is coming down, there will be a problem in the future. Definitely, there is no doubt. But on the brighter side, the amount of oil needed for Gujarat, for the brands, I don't think we will be having a challenge for at least for the branded part. Then obviously the prices will become more expensive and the consumption in rest of the country will obviously reduce and everything will come into Gujarat. I don't see the crop going down where your oil availability is below 800,000 tons or 900,000 tons, and that is more than enough for Gujarat. Firstly, secondly, I think even in 2021-22 when the prices were at its peak, I remember we have sourced oil from Africa, from Brazil, although the shipment did not come into, because by the time the vessel was loaded, the prices here were much cheaper and the availability was there, so then we diverted it somewhere. But then eventually even in late 90s, we remember getting a lot of cottonseed oil from Australia. So whenever there is a demand supply, we can obviously manage. I think everyone now, the markets are very open, international markets. So sourcing should not be a big problem. And obviously we are trying to work hard and trying to represent to the government how they should encourage more and more cultivation of cotton. How do we get better yields in the same acreage? And I think we've spoken about that in the last two conferences here. And we urge Mehta Sahib to take this forward and try to explain to the government how cotton, as all of us are saying, it's not just one product. It is a multiple, you get the fiber, you get the meal, you get the oil. There are multiple products and a lot of industries are being run on this. So how do we expand and how do we grow the crop of cotton? And also increase the income of farmers by getting better yields. So I think that is something that really needs to be looked at as an industry, all of us together, from whichever states we are in, we need to push it to our respective governments and to the central governments to increase the overall yields in cotton, which will in turn give us multiple products.
See, price will always play an important role in placing cotton in terms of consumption. Today it is costlier than sunflower oil, rice bran oil and soybean oil. So if still cottonseed is still selling and there is demand, but then to continuously push an oil which is costlier by 5%, 8% or 10% than other oils will be increasingly difficult as consumers tend to switch between the oils. One, price is a factor, and second, there are other oils which is competing on health also. So whether it is rice bran oil or even soybean oil or sunflower oil, they are competing with some cottonseed oil in terms of price and in terms of health. So they have an advantage. So cottonseed oil supply chain needs to be improved. Otherwise, this oil will face difficulty going ahead.
Now I still remember groundnut oil was Gujarat's #1 oil in the good old days. But gradually what happened was groundnut actually became a dry fruit, and price-wise it went beyond the reach of an average Gujarati, with the result that no matter what the government thinks, groundnut is probably no longer an oil seed. It is more a dry fruit. And the groundnut oil consumption in the country is minuscule. It used to be the major oil, now it's minuscule. So my fear is, would cotton also go the groundnut way? Because now cotton and soya used to be selling more or less at the same levels. Now the price gap between cotton and soya cotton is now closer to groundnut oil. आपका क्या कहना है, ये प्राइस क्या असर होगा मुकेश भाई?
मुझे लग रहा है कि प्राइस तो मेन हमारे जो कंज्यूमर है वो प्राइस तो देखते ही हैं, तो प्राइस का असर अभी अभी जस्ट रिसेंटली हमारा कॉटन सीड ऑयल ग्राउंडनट का रेट सेम हो गया है अभी, और 2-3 महीने से ये हमें थोड़ा
ये जब से अतुल भाई ने इसको ड्राई फ्रूट बता दिया, 5 साल 7 साल से अतुल भाई इसको ड्राई फ्रूट बनाया, लोगों ने प्रोटेस्ट किया और उसको क्रशिंग चालू किया, एंड अब ग्राउंडनट ऑयल और कॉटन सीड ऑयल ऑलमोस्ट एक पाव हो गया है। ये मेरे को क्रेडिट गोज टू अतुल भाई दैट ही हैज कन्वर्टेड ड्राई फ्रूट टू एडिबल ऑयल सीड।
तो पहले
अतुल जी बोलते थे जितना लिकर का कंजम्पशन बढ़ रहा है उतना
अभी इसलिए ड्राई स्टेट बढ़ रहा है, नंबर ऑफ स्टेट गोइंग ड्राई इज इंक्रीजिंग एंड ग्राउंडनट इज गोइंग बैक टू
द क्रशिंग। दैट्स गुड।
तो नहीं, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ग्राउंडनट ऑयल, जैसे ग्राउंडनट सीड में से हम ऑयल तो बनाते हैं, लेकिन अभी आजकल सीड्स जो पीनट्स है उसके भी कई यूज, जैसे हम फ्लेवर्ड पीनट्स वगैरह बनाते हैं जो बाइटिंग, और हर जगह पे वो पीनट इज, अतुल जी सेड इट राइटली, वो ग्राउंडनट इज रियली बेसिकली इक्विवेलेंट टू बादाम एंड एवरीथिंग, इट्स अ रियल ड्राई फ्रूट। सो तो हम लकी है कि हमें बादाम का तेल खाने को मिल रहा है ये रेट में, रियली वी आर लकी सर जी। और एक मैं आपको देखिए, अभी हम जो प्राइस की बात बता रहे हैं वो सब अभी ओल्ड डेज हो गए, तो मेहता साहब और जैसे हम लोग कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल भी बेच रहे हैं, तो हमारा ग्राउंडनट ऑयल हम 190 या तो 200 रुपीज़ पर लीटर बेचते हैं, तो कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल हम 400 रुपये पर लीटर बेच रहे हैं, और पीपल आर यूजिंग वेरी इजीली और ले जाते नहीं हमें कोई अच्छा तेल चाहिए अच्छा, तो भी वी आर वेरी हेल्थ कॉन्शियस नाउ-अ-डेज, तो अब हम प्राइस के लिए नहीं जाते। लेकिन चतुर्वेदी साहब की एक बात तो सच है कि कॉटन सीड ऑयल के देखिए रेट बढ़ता रहेगा तो कंजम्पशन तो डाउन होना है, 2-3 महीने से हम लोग फेस कर ही रहे, तो जैसे ग्राउंडनट ऑयल और कॉटन सीड है तो ग्राउंडनट ऑयल ज़्यादा ही बिकता है, या तो सन ज़्यादा बिकता है थोड़ा, कॉटन सीड ऑयल का कंजम्पशन डेफिनेटली कस्टमर स्विच ओवर कर देते हैं, तो प्राइस का तो हमें खास ध्यान देना ही पड़ेगा। बिल्कुल,
ये कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल जो ग्राउंडनट का है वो यहाँ आंध्र प्रदेश में भी बिक रहा है, और खादी विजन इंडस्ट्रीज कमीशन के जो यूनिट्स है वो बना रहे हैं, और ये प्रीमियम सेगमेंट में बिक रहा है। कल्लू प्राची जी मुझे बता रही थी।
तो
और कोल्ड प्रेस का आजकल फैशन बहुत बढ़ गया, मतलब
तो आजकल जैसे सब ऑनलाइन जितने भी ऑनलाइन पोर्टल्स हैं, हमारा भी एक ऑनलाइन पोर्टल है shopgulab.com, हम पूरे इंडिया में डिलीवर करते हैं, पूरे साउथ में जाता है, नॉर्थ में कलकत्ता जाता है, तो काफ़ी। और कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल में सिर्फ ग्राउंडनट ऑयल नहीं, अभी इसमें हम लोगों ने कच्ची घानी भी निकाला है, तिल्ली का तेल है, सिसमे ऑयल है, और कोकोनट ऑयल एक्स्ट्रा EVC एक्स्ट्रा वर्जिन कोकोनट ऑयल और रेगुलर कोकोनट ऑयल सो हमने निकाला हुआ है, तो EVC भी अच्छा बिकता है। तो आज
Priyam's sister Priyanshi also started a cold press plant. I think she started 3-4 years back. 2015. Yeah, 2015.
before us,
Yeah, before anybody could think she did it, and I got a first free sample of all the oils.
So you are reminding again.
nowadays Tata
If I need cotton seed refined oil, I will tell him.
Atulji, so far the local oils are concerned. First is rapeseed 4 million, second is soybean 2 million, third is a cotton 1.2 million. So it's not small, and fourth is the rice bran oil. So far the local is concerned, right? Cotton seed oil stands third in a queue.
I agree with you 100%. And somebody in the morning session said that in the government they consider cotton seed as a byproduct, not as one of the main products. So it is just treated as a byproduct.
So it's the 9 major oil seeds not covered. 9 major oil seeds not covered, and cotton is the
Correct.
only oil bearing source here.
Now, Vimal bhai, my question to you is, you've been around in cotton oil for a very long time. Why is it that cotton oil still remains more of institutional oil, or the for the halwais and the hotels and for the farshan makers? It has probably not entered the household as consumer packs. Why so?
See, in case of Gujarat, if we see, it is the other way around. It is a mass oil that is being consumed in households preferably. And we also, when we talked about the pricing, if it goes up, like in case of mustard oil, if we see right now, it is skyrocketing. But we haven't faced any difficulty in selling the 5 liter and less than those 1 liter packs. The demand is same, everything is same, pricing is same. So that won't be an issue, the sourcing part. Apart from Gujarat, if we see, like you said, it is being consumed more in institutions. Last year, if you remember, there was no CPO coming in like in volume. So people, the big institutional buyers, completely switched to cottonseed oil, and that was the main crop season. So that created a shortage which we are facing right now. Everything went into frying. So the prices that are, it is dictating a premium of around 150 rupees on palm and soybean oil right now is a issue. It is a major issue. But in case of why it is not being consumed outside of Gujarat, it is due to lack of information, misleading information. People still don't think it is consumable. So the government or should take an initiative. We should also push them that this oil is one of the best oils that you can consume. See, it has been 30, 40 years we have been educating them and still they have doubts. They still come to us. I just remember a rumor being circulated that this oil ये ढोरों के लिए खाने की चीज़ है, आपको नहीं खानी चाहिए. And it was being printed in our mass newspapers. I remember, I think Gujarat Samachar was printing that. So that's a shame. That is completely misleading and people had to come up, call our customer care numbers and had to ask us कि ये आप क्या बेच रहे हो. So, and like Mukesh Bhai said, people are buying the brand. Few of us are buying the brand and few of us are buying the oil. So that liquidity, that information has to be created, a consumer base has to be created outside Gujarat to educate people into buying cottonseed oil.
No, I agree.
Adolji, can I just make a point? We were sitting here and we are on Swiggy and Zomato and Instamart as well. There is no cottonseed oil cake available for a consumer.
You can,
it's just not there.
Yeah, so you can try changing the location, and if you find Gujarat, then you'll find
So
10
Maharashtra
brands.
as well. I mean, this is a point I had raised in Mumbai as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. The minimum I could find was 15 liters. I don't want that much.
So we often approach them to list our products. So we often approach them to list our product, but they are like, ये category इधर नहीं चलता है. So this is a mentality. It is blocking us from expanding.
So two things are important. One is improving the image of cotton oil across the country. Gujarat, you don't need to do anything because it is an accepted oil. And secondly, you need to be more present with the Swiggies and the other ones which are already there. Now this brings me to the next question, and this I'll ask Anshu to answer. With the rise of health influencers, digital platforms and conscious consumers, how conscious a consumer is heard from Manish as well. How do you plan or have already done to reposition cottonseed as a clean, smart choice in the kitchen? What has been done for this?
Over the years, we have seen digital invasion, in some words you can say, in our day-to-day life. And we are hooked onto WhatsApp or digital media, reading or seeing. The time to concentrate has reduced drastically, and we need very fast information. We don't have patience to read or see 3 minutes or 4 minutes video. So what we are seeing is that this influencer marketing has now become very important. People will not listen to me or believe me, but they will believe an influencer. And there are very good influencers who do a lot of study, background study, before they come and promote or talk about your product. We have seen that and we have interacted with them. Recently what we did, we did a contest that we want to create influencers as a earning for ladies
As a category, eh?
Yes, and there are a lot of ladies at home who wants to be seen and do something, and they're enterprising. 10,000 applications came to us.
Wow.
10,000 saying that we are interested. So we said, okay, you give a small clip. Then we had a team to check. 100, we selected best of them. We called all 100. We gave them camera, we gave them all this, and we got best of the influencers to take the training classes, how to speak in front of camera, how to have the light, how to do this, how to show a food shot, which angle is better. So we gave them 3 days, different days, training program. And then we said, again, now, basis this education, you come and present. 25 we selected, called them at Ahmedabad, and we trained them. And now they are all free. And we have given them stipend of 2 lakh rupees per annum, that whether you earn from others or not, we will give you. And you become entrepreneurs. And they have started doing for other brands. Obviously, they have got attached to Fortune because we have taken them to factory, we have shown them the product, and we have convinced them that we are really good product. So cottonseed oil, frying, every demonstration was given, and now they are talking on their own. So,
Very good.
I think it's like teaching them, and they are talking with genuine feeling that this product is good, and then if you do this. So people tend to believe them because they have first learnt that this is right product and I can do, because they also have a credibility. And I can tell you, few of the, we got Meghna and others, they have crores of followers and means people who follow them. So they are very big influencers. They have started teaching on our behalf, and that is how we are trying to see. Now, this is also a part of marketing only. And I think only advertisements today is not working, honestly. A 30-second slot in anything that you take is not working as much as such kind of activities where you integrate with the common people. Now, I am telling you, cottonseed oil is something that in Gujarat, thanks to stalwarts like Tirupati, Maruti and others, Gulab, everybody has promoted aggressively. So when there are 4-5 people promoting, the entire category gets elevated. Same has happened in sunflower, same has happened in rice bran oil. But in cottonseed oil, other parts of the country, nobody came forward. Had 2 or 3 people also come, I am sure Tirupati would have jumped. Because he would be eager to sell in Maharashtra more than the local person. But he also wants some kind of jump in the consumer awareness. So I think it needs 3-4 people of that place to come and support the category. In mustard oil, if you see in domestic oil, everybody has worked very hard. And they have built connect with the consumers. So mustard oil today is growing the fastest in the country. And it is highest priced at 170 rupees loose, 190 rupees selling price. It is selling more than sunflower oil today. So there is a myth that people will not. People will pay if they are know that this is pure, this is good, and it is good for my art or something, or taste or something. But people pay for it. Influencers work very good.
No,
Malik Saab is right. When you go to Ahmedabad, the moment you land at the airport and you drive 1 hour inside the Ahmedabad to meet somebody, 25% holding in Ahmedabad of all Kapasiya Tel. 25% holdings are this Kapasiya Tel only. That means how much effort these 3-4 guys have taken up, no doubt about it.
In fact, we should be telling our Honorable Prime Minister that it is important that his home state, the consumption of edible oil needs to come down from 30 kg plus to...
So when Prime Minister said this, I think probably geographically he was more influenced by Gujarat. Because in Bihar and UP, the average oil consumption is hardly 10 kgs per person per year. It's Gujarat alone which is the highest in India.
Yes.
And one more thing what Mr. Malik said is this campaign against palm oil or any other oil or against refined oil. We have seen as a category in refined oil, so much of campaign and social media has come out. Any Tom, Dick and Harry comes and tells anything. And the biggest, when Bhavna Shah was the head of Malaysian Palm Oil Council, there's another lady called Dr. Bhavna Shah. She was talking against palm oil in social media. So I'm telling you, these things are getting haywire. Dr. Mehta was also troubled so much when refined oil was, bombarded in the social media. But Malik Saab, that is the exact way that we should create an army of our own who will positively talk about product or refined oil in the social media so that we can take care of this negative campaign.
Exactly.
So we must compliment you for this
thought
step.
this is the
Amazing
best.
step you have taken.
And Mehta ji, we should take a leaf out of what Anshu said. Even from seaside, it might actually make a lot of sense to have influencers, and we don't need to go to the press every time encountering it. Let the influencers do that job, because you are a interested party. Not many people will see you seriously or take you seriously.
We have already started, sir.
Good.
My, my question is to Malik ji. What are the prospects of cold press oil and particularly cottonseed cold press oil?
I am not so much aware of cottonseed cold press oil.
Mukesh bhai can answer.
Mukesh Bhai can say.
I think this cold press oil, all the oils are, these are filtered oils. The oil seed which is edible, that can be filtered and that can be cold pressed, So we can have mustard cold pressed oil, we can have sesame cold press oil, we can have coconut cold press oil and groundnut. But the refined oils, because these oil seeds, we have to refine the oils. That's why it is it cannot be used as cold press oils.
Says rice bran. Rice bran in Thailand is pressed
I
in
think,
expeller. Same with cottonseed also, you can press it in an
I
expeller.
think rice bran, soya bean, cottonseed cannot be cold
I think
pressed. You need oil seed to do cold press because you need to crush that.
and it should be edible, no?
Is only at a temperature.
Cold press oil, it's a cold press oil is a ghani. It's old ghani,
Yes.
Either we press the oil in expellers, that is regular.
Or in that
We press it at around 80-degree temperature and we get oil and then filter it, either groundnut or mustard or something like that. And in this cold press oil is we process.
Cold press is basically mustard and sesame.
Mustard,
sesame, groundnut,
and coconut.
and coconut.
So in groundnut, what we do, we get groundnut and then take out the chilka and all, then the seeds. At room temperature, we add some moisture and crush it in ghani. So the production of it is hardly 200 kg per day or 300 or 500 kg per day. So we have number of ghanis, say 50 to 100 ghanis at a place. Then we recover the oil and then we filter it. So
Basically, cold press oil is no use of temperature or steam,
It's
and
cold.
no use of chemicals.
yeah.
And that is why it is more healthier than others.
And
Because these two things bring down the properties
the
of
main thing is in cold press. At the room temperature, all the nutritions are intact. That's what people think.
So actually it is not healthier than others.
Otherwise,
Please don't forget.
Whether it is healthy or not is a debatable point. We'll ask Vimal Bhai to give your comment, because you've been introducing avocado oil also in the country.
I just want to know on why do I pay such a high premium on cold press? Is it so expensive or very, very cost expensive?
It's a fad. It's a fad.
It's a fad.
It's a fad. Influencers have done the trick.
So the distribution cost is
no, it's not
actually
like that. You see,
Distribution cost.
yes, that will be high.
just a minute, ma'am, because nowadays the market of cold press oil is very less, and it is sold in the FMCG line. We have to sell it to distributor, and so that the margin, we should keep the margin and it goes to the consumer at a higher price. But धीरे धीरे क्या पूरा सेल जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा, prices will come down. काफी number of players have entered. Tata has entered. Fortune is also
the
coming.
oil itself एक महंगा नहीं है. आप कह रहे हैं distribution, marketing and the other costs are adding up.
जैसे एक्सपेलर में हम तेल निकालते हैं तो रोज का 10-20 टन तो आराम से 1-2 एक्सपेलर से निकाल सकते हैं. हमें 50-100 टन की कैपेसिटी वाली ऑयल मिल्स भी है, तो इसमें तो हम 500 kg पर डे, तो मैक्सिमम कितनी घानीज लगानी
It's
पड़ेगी?
like olive oil, sir. Olive oil.
For olive oil and the cold pressed oils, the kind of margins which you have to give to the guy who is selling enormous. Maybe it could be as high as 50%.
Yes, definitely. Distributors margin, retailers margin, so much expenses, जो marketing expenses हो रहे हैं सब. और लोग मुझे तो धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे उसका वॉल्यूम बढ़ता जाएगा ना तो the price will come down and it will 20 to 30% it will be higher maximum.
So in 10-15 years we'll probably see being sold as mass oils. So it is like selling olive oil in Spain. You don't have to educate the customer. So that is going to happen in India as well. But the current, as Mukesh bhai said, the margins you have to give are high. So अभी अपन इतना एफर्ट करते हैं कि आपको 2 बॉटल भी चाहिए, we deliver it at your doorstep. So that is riding the costs. And obviously we are all business houses, so we have to survive in that model as well. So that's going to be expensive in a few years.
और एक दूसरी भी बात हम ले सकते हैं. मैं तो समझ यहाँ हम सब बैठे हैं ब्रांड वाले, तो कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल जब इतना ऊंचा बिकता है तो हम लोग तेल इतना सस्ता क्यों बेच रहे? कंपटीशन करके हमें 1 रुपया पर लीटर भी नहीं मिल रहा है कई बार. तो मैं सोचना चाहिए क्योंकि हमें भी ये तेल थोड़ा FMCG स्टाइल से बेचे तो हम सबका भी मार्जिन बढ़ेंगे. हम थोड़ी मेहनत कर सकते हैं प्रमोशन वगैरह के लिए. तेल वाले कुछ ना कुछ कहीं पूरे ऑल इंडिया में क्या बोल रहे हैं सर जी के, तो हमें भी थोड़ा थोड़ा मार्जिन बढ़ाने की ट्राई तो करनी चाहिए.
यहाँ सब बैठे सुन भी रहे हैं सर.
Now let me change the topic a bit and listen to the success stories of the major players. First and foremost, we'd like to hear your side of the story, Priyam, how Tirupati has become such a strong, solid brand of cotton oil. What you've done right over the years?
What we've done right is a lot of things over a period of time, and firstly, as Mukesh bhai already mentioned, that entering into a new category, specifically cottonseed oil, which was still the same question that we are asked, is it edible or not? So we were asked that question the first day when we started. So going from my uncle, my father went from wholesaler to wholesaler, shop to shop, trying to explain to them what is this oil, why they should sell it. And basically initially the first thing you need a wholesaler or a retailer for them to is give them a margin. ये groundnut oil से सस्ता है. That is how cottonseed oil category developed in Maruti, after that in Tirupati. So that was the first point how we started making it. What happened is the oil in itself had the qualities which were very good for deep frying, longer shelf life, which goes very well with the lifestyle of the Gujarati consumers. So eventually it is not only just about the oil, but it also gives a sense of purpose and adds meaning to their life. Rather than for them to make every 2-3 days, they can make farsans, namkeens in cottonseed oil and store it for almost 1 week, 10 days. And they will still have less rancidity, the shelf life is good, the neutral taste is there, so they can get more flavor of the product that they're eating rather than the oil. So all of these multiple factors was when the eventual acceptance started. I think supply chain was one of the biggest factors where we have actually played it right and where we've lost a lot of money over a period of time to make sure that the supply chain management is there. For any brand or any product to be successful, the basic principles, the 4 P's of marketing are not going anywhere. We've learnt it since last 30-40 years and they are still the same. Your availability, if it is not there, then your product will not be successful. So to make sure the availability is there during off seasons, you import from different countries, you import at a higher rate, you're selling at a lower rate. So all of that blood, sweat, money that goes into creating a category and creating a brand has been put up by my father and uncle, and because of which today we are reaping the benefits. So what happens is it's like planting, it's like sowing a seed to get a tree. So it takes years for the tree to grow. But once the tree is there, then it gives you shelter, it gives you fruits, it gives you wood, it gives you a lot of things. So marketing and branding is a long-term process where you have to slowly keep investing, make sure your product quality stands out, you do not compromise on the quality. you educate the customers, you make sure that you're consistently available at most of the retail outlets, and if you do all of these things right, you can do it. But then again, this was in 90s. Creating a brand in 90s is very different to creating a brand in 2025. Now every year you need to invent the wheel again. It's not the same formula that goes on. So now you have to make sure that you educate the customers, you understand their needs. And until and unless the customer, you explain to them why they need the product. You have to explain to them that it is not just cottonseed oil, it is best for deep frying, it is good shelf life. So even if you're consuming your sunflower oil, you keep consuming, but you keep one can of cottonseed oil whenever you're deep frying. So that is how you create that category. And you educate the customers, you understand, and you tell them why they need this, rather than you trying to just put board saying that cottonseed oil, it's the best oil, it's a balanced oil, but you explain to them why it is the best oil. Why? And today's customer is not just going to see a brand and buy it. Now they have questions. Now with the help of social media, you can also answer to their questions and you can explain to them how things can be done. So it's a very wonderful time to be in as a marketer. I'm sure Malik Saab will have seen this entire journey of how the world is moving and the consumer mindsets are moving. But I think the time today is not cheating or trying to push something to the customer, trying to explain to them why they need it, and if they understand it, then they will buy it irrespective of the price, irrespective of the premium. But you have to explain to them why they need it.
Wonderfully put. In fact, let me recount a small incident, or rather not an incident. I was once talking to your father as to what are you doing right in terms of your distribution. So what Nilesh Bhai said, the late Nilesh Bhai, a good personal friend, he says, if I get an order at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening, next day morning at 8 o'clock, the vehicle will be there at the doorstep of the buyer. So that kind of distribution can work wonders. Now let me ask Anshu, who has been at the forefront of converting basic staples into branded commodities, whether it be oil, whether it be rice, whether it be wheat, whether it be a whole lot of other products. Anshu, can you give us your journey and your journey of fortune over the years?
First, I start with Gujarat. We started our first plant in 2000 at Mundra. It was more of import, and subsequently we started cottonseed oil a little later. I knew that fighting with stalwarts like him and Nilesh Bhai was tough. So I knew that I can't fight head on cottonseed oil. But I said I have sunflower oil, which they don't have. And nobody had sunflower oil in Gujarat in 2000. And we had 600 ton plant. So I knew that this is my winner. So I will fight cotton with sunflower with cotton. And we have over the last 25 years built reputable sunflower oil brand in Gujarat, and we are obviously the leader. One is that you don't have to fight head on with the best. But we are there in cottonseed oil because we knew that without cottonseed oil your distribution is weak. Because when 80% of the retailers want cottonseed oil and you only give them sunflower oil, you don't actually get inside. So you need the base product, and that is cotton. So we went into cotton. But cotton was more for entry point, but sunflower was for pushing in terms of volume and margins. And sunflower always gave better margins. Today also we are pushing, and we have 2 sunflower oil, one in Hazira and one in Mundra. So both sides we have great strength of sunflower oil. When it comes to building brand, I have learned from Amul days that consistency builds brand. Nothing that hi-fi jargons or slogans you need. But whatever you do, you please do it consistently. I have seen in Amul, because I started my career there in 1986 in sales. We used to have hoardings, Amul tropical hoardings today also. If you ask anybody, anybody would say there must be thousands of hoarding in the country because you see them. Actually, there are only 200. But they are there in that location for over 20 years, unless municipal corporation has removed it or something. So when you drive in Mumbai, you are going there, that same hoarding, I remember on the right side, upstairs, it would be there. I was in Calcutta and Selwell used to handle it. We had 5 hoardings only. I used to go every week to just see whether it is there, everything is looking good, and I have to send a report to head office. We have not changed it till then, till today. So what happens is that consistently people look at it, people see it, and then they build it. So if you see, we have small advertisements in Times of India. I have started this last 4 years. Many people tell me that it comes every alternate day. Somebody says every third day. Actually, it's only 108 spots per year. That means every third day. But I have done that only to ensure that there is a consistency of the brand. So brands are always built on consistency. Whatever you do, Nilesh Bhai had told me once he had come to my office, I was asking him, I see your hoardings in very, very good locations. How do you do that? He says, I go personally and see them and I fix it for maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. That is why Tirupati hoardings, wherever it was earlier, the same place, same location. So it gives lot of consistency in the brand building. So I feel first step towards building brand that I have learned in GCMF Federation on here is that you do whatever you want, you do in a very, very steady, consistent manner. Second, be simple in communication. Consumers have a lot of problem in their life. Don't add another problem. Just give them very simple message and consistently give the same message so that she knows that what you are talking has credibility. Because when you are consistent, you are credible. So these are some of the things I have learned over the period. But I will tell you, we have built a very good brand, mustard oil. We named it Kachi Ghani in 2005. There was no word Kachi Ghani in the country. This Kachi Ghani, the word has come from Fortune Kachi Ghani mustard oil. Kachi Ghani has been accepted by FSSAI as a standard of mustard oil. That is, when we started, we named it as Fortune Kachi Ghani mustard oil because I always wanted to explain the process from which it has come. And that is how we build it. And every year, we consistently build it through different type of activities with the ladies, whether it is pickle competition, whether it is Ilish March, now going on in Calcutta, big festivals are going on, mustard oil and fish. And then we do in Bihar for their programs of Holi and all that, because there also we need to bind with the consumers. So I think food, festival and local tradition goes together. So building brand of food is always through festival and local connect. That is how you build it.
No, very well put. In fact, to add to what you said on the consistency, my take over the years managing company has been, even in the product, you have to be consistent. If you are selling a bad product, continue selling a bad product and don't give a good one because the consumer will find it very fast. So if it's a bad product, let it be bad. Don't make good or bad. So now, Vimal Bhai, you have been at the forefront of putting many brands in the market and even niche brands like avocado oil and things like that. So what is your take in brand building?
I think Priyamba and Malik Saab have summed it up already, but I would still add a few facts. Once we were sitting at the Delhi airport, me and Malik Saab, and I asked him, what is it that we are doing that people are not doing? So he said, our supply has been so consistent. Like, if you want 1 can of oil, you can find it anywhere. And in current scenario, I think if you open Blinkit, you'll get it in 10 minutes. So that is the kind of supply that we are doing. All of the brands, in fact. And one amazing thing that is there in Gujarat. We have maintained the liquidity of our products so much that there are two brands, Vimal and Tirupati, that you'll find havalas going on. So havala is like if you are priced at 2200, if somebody doesn't know, people are selling it at 2180. So that is one sort of undercutting, but there are only two brands that are doing havalas in the entire market. So that is a big thing for maintaining liquidity. If the company is not giving directly, you can trade it. It is so liquid that you can cut it in midnight. So it is like an exchange that the wholesalers are trading in your commodity. It is something like gold. So आज कंपनी ने ये भाव निकाला, ये भाव पे तो बिक ही जाएगा. So that is a kind of supply, and Malik Saab, as he highlighted, the marketing has been also so consistent. Like we are doing some bus shelters across Ahmedabad. So we have not left them in the last 4 years. We're keeping on changing the creatives, but the places are the same. So we have been doing that sort of consistency builds brands. We are highlighting them, the facts, and in recent scenarios we are also teaching them or making them understand कि आप ये क्यों खा रहे थे. You've been eating cottonseed oil since years, but why have you been eating and why you should continue eating this oil? So that is how I think we've maintained our market presence.
वंडरफुल. अब मेहता जी की जंगी तलवार हम लोगों की गर्दन पे मौत का साया बन के छा रही है. और लास्ट वर्ड फ्रॉम मुकेश भाई ऑन ब्रांड. आपने बहुत सारे ब्रांड गुजरात में बिल्डअप किए हैं, बहुत सारे ऑयल्स के बारे में.
सबसे पहले तो मूंगफली की बात करते हैं. ग्राउंडनट ऑयल तो चतुर्वेदी साहब ने बताया कि भाई ग्राउंडनट ऑयल में काफ़ी एडल्ट्रेशन वगैरह की बातें चल. जब हमने शुरू किया 90s में, तब हर जगह हम जाते हैं गवर्नमेंट के पास तो लोग बोलते हैं कि भाई इसमें तो कहाँ पूरा ग्राउंडनट ऑयल प्योर मिलता ही है. तो हमारे लिए वो अपॉर्चुनिटी थी कि हम कोई अच्छा ग्राउंडनट ऑयल पब्लिक को दें. सबसे हमने काफ़ी क्वालिटी कंसियस में, क्वालिटी में हमने मेहनत, क्योंकि 1966 से हमारा ऑयल मिल है मांगरोल जूनागढ़ डिस्ट्रिक्ट में. तो वो ग्राउंडनट हमें पता था कि क्या उसका, तो ग्राउंडनट ऑयल इज़ बेसिकली ए वेरी गुड ऑयल. उसका टेस्ट, कलर, अरोमा जो भी सब है, और वो नेचुरल है कि हम कोई केमिकल ऐड नहीं करते, फिल्टर करते हैं. और सौराष्ट्र की जो मूंगफली है, ग्राउंडनट है, वो बेस्ट है इन इंडिया. उससे जो तेल निकलता है बहुत बढ़िया तेल है. तो हमने धीरे धीरे अवेयरनेस शुरू किया, काफ़ी मेहनत की. ऑयल मिल्स से हमें अच्छा तेल, जहाँ हमारी ऑयल मिल्स तो है लेकिन बाहर से जब आउटसोर्स करते हैं तो ऑयल मिल्स वाले भी लोग राज़ी नहीं थे अच्छा क्वालिटी. तो हमने उनको एजुकेट किया. तो ग्राउंडनट ऑयल का अवेयरनेस मतलब बनाने में और उनको लोगों तक पहुंचाने में, उसकी गुडविल बिल्ड करने में गुलाब ने हम लोगों ने सबसे मेहनत की और एक क्रेडिट मिला हमें. तो आज पूरे इंडिया में जहाँ ग्राउंडनट ऑयल की बात होती है तो मतलब गुलाब है वो बेंचमार्क है, सबसे बेस्ट क्वालिटी का ग्राउंडनट ऑयल गुलाब का रहता है. तो वो ओवर द ईयर्स जो मेहनत की हमने, और लोगों ने भी आज तक हमारे ऐसे कस्टमर है, जब से हमने शुरू किया तब तक फॉर्चुनेटली वो हमारा ही तेल, मूंगफली का तेल नहीं तो हम, और वो दे टेक प्राइड इन इट कि भाई हम तो गुलाब खाते हैं. तो ये फॉर्चुनेटली हमें मिला कि भाई, और ये माउथ पब्लिसिटी थी. कैंपेन वगैरह हम करते थे छोटा बहुत, लेकिन जो लोगों का भरोसा है, लोग आजकल जहाँ जाते हैं तो हमारा डिब्बा लगाते हैं बाहर कि भाई हम ग्राउंडनट ऑयल में बनाते हैं, दैट्स अ प्राइड. तो ये करने के लिए काफ़ी मेहनत लगती है. और धीरे धीरे भाई यही लेगेसी फिर हमने और ब्रांड्स में, जैसे कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल्स है, और हमने ऑर्गेनिक रेंज की प्रोडक्ट्स भी अभी लॉन्च किए जो ट्रू स्टोरी करके हमारी ब्रांड है. हमने हेल्दी स्नैक्स का एक पूरा रिवाइंड ब्रांड में हमने ऑल हेल्दी स्नैक्स लॉन्च किया. फ्लेवर्ड पीनट्स, फ्लेवर्ड चना, खाखरा, चिक्की एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. वो भी हम हमारे पोर्टल से बेचते हैं वगैरह. तो मेन जो काम है हमारा क्वालिटी वाला काम है, और भले वॉल्यूम कम है लेकिन लोगों को भरोसा रहता है कि नहीं भैया गुलाब विल गिव द बेस्ट. So this is the journey.
So the moral of the story is consistency pays in the long run. और मैं समझता हूँ ये सारी जो डिस्कशन हुआ है इसका कुछ न कुछ आंध्रा के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स ने भी कुछ सीखा होगा. मैं समझता हूँ आने वाले दिनों में कॉटन ऑयल यहाँ पे एक ब्रांड बन के उभरेगा और यहाँ के कॉटन ऑयल को गुजरात जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. एंड सेकेंडली राइस ब्रान ऑयल जो यहाँ का मेजर ऑयल है, ये दोनों ऑयल को यहाँ पे प्रमोट करने की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. और अगर सी की तरफ से कुछ मदद चाहिए तो हमारे मेहता जी बगैर इनसे पूछे मैं कह सकता हूँ कि हाँ वो आगे आएंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Before we end the session, I just have one question. Okay, just one question. So, as you talked about the consistency, which is very true for the 90s, but today with the changing time, like we are moving from open stores to dark stores, from e-commerce to quick commerce, and we are living in the world of Gen Zs who do not even stick with their parents or their jobs, forget about the brand. So, is consistency alone enough to build a brand, or we need something else as well? So that's my question.
See, consistency, when I say it can be on education, consistency in creating some attachment with the younger generation, consistency in storytelling. So I am saying consistency in whatever you do to connect with your audience or the consumers. Now, if that customer is running here and there, you should know where is she going, what is she picking up, which type of product she is liking nowadays, how can you get into that frame, so like that. So I think earlier days it was very simple. Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi was one serial which we have taken, and I remember we started the first campaign through them. Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, and again it has come, again I have taken. Let me tell you, I have again taken. After 25 years. Yes.
छाछ भी कभी दही था.
Tulsi Virani, whatever is it, has come back. So I was told the story that she is coming back. I said, I am there with you, because anybody who has connected then, that lady was 25 years, today she is 50 years. So I am trying to see her transition, that she was my customer in 2000. How will that customer be in 25?
Right, please. Okay, sir. Thank you.
The way Coca-Cola is written, it has not changed over the years. 40 years back, it was in the same format. The fonts were the same.
Thank you, sir, for your answer. So with this, we close this session. Before we proceed with the mementos, I would like to invite on stage.
No. First, you finish that part.
Okay. So now I would request Shri Atul Chaturvedi ji to please come forward and present the mementos to our panelists. Team. We have here with us Shri Anshu Malik. Sir, please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. We also have here with us Shri Priyam Patel.
Made from cotton.
I would now like to invite forward Shri Vimal Patel ji. And finally, I would request Shri Mukesh Nathwani ji to please come forward.